What's going on, people? Back in the lab with AB Yashara, man. This one right here, man, is the protests continue, man. They still out there going at it. President Trump is getting ready to deploy the National Guard. We don't know what's gonna happen at that point. It's a lot of going back and forth. It's a lot of violence I'm seeing, and I understand some people saying it's peaceful, maybe peaceful in certain areas, and maybe the news is the media is edging this thing on because I'm seeing a lot of back and forth violence and non-peaceful protests. I'm seeing people throwing stuff at the officers. I'm seeing the officers having deployed tear gas and things back at the people. So we're going to see what's going on in the next few days, man, at least when the National Guard get there. Let's get into it, man.
Breaking news, protesters and federal agents clashing in Southern California over recent ICE arrests. This video showing the violent confrontations outside a federal building in downtown L.A. Police cracking down on protesters, declaring it an unlawful assembly, ordering the crowd to go home. This is the second day of chaos and vandalism. Tonight, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem warning the protesters, "You will not stop us or slow us down." All of this as the man mistakenly deported to a notorious prison in El Salvador, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, is now back in the U.S. facing charges now, accused of transporting undocumented migrants. His attorney calling the charges, quote, preposterous. ABC's senior reporter Catherine Faulders leads us off tonight.
Tonight, protests escalating into conflict in Los Angeles as the Trump administration's aggressive deportation efforts spark fear and outrage across the country. For the second consecutive day, angry crowds clashed with law enforcement following a series of ICE raids that drew condemnation from local leaders.
You cannot just come into the community and terrorize citizens the way you did.
An ICE raid in Paramount today devolving into chaos. Dramatic aerial footage showing protesters blocking a bus carrying officers. Police in riot gear dispersing crowds with flashbangs and tear gas. The FBI vowing to find people they say threw rocks at law enforcement vehicles. And in New York, video showing this man, which the Department of Homeland Security identified as Joaquin Rosario Espinal of the Dominican Republic. Authorities say Espinal resisted arrest following the dismissal of his immigration proceedings. He and another woman who allegedly assaulted an officer were arrested, authorities say, despite interference by members of the public. The Department of Homeland Security calling for an end to the violence against ICE officers who they claim are facing a 413% increase in assaults when carrying out arrests. The tensions reaching a breaking point just as Kilmar Abrego Garcia arrives back in the United States. The 29-year-old Salvadoran man from Maryland became a symbol of Trump's immigration crackdown after the administration admitted to mistakenly deporting him. The government of El Salvador agreeing to his release to face charges. Abrego Garcia, now the subject of a 2-count federal indictment. Those charges stemming from this 2022 traffic stop in Tennessee, where Abrego Garcia was pulled over driving an SUV with 9 other people inside.
He's hauling these people for money. You got an collar is what he's doing.
The Department of Justice alleging Abrego Garcia was part of a human smuggling ring responsible for transporting drugs, weapons, and migrants, including MS-13 gang members. His attorney called the charges preposterous, and his wife had previously denied he had any affiliation with the gang. With sources tell ABC News that the decision to indict Abrego Garcia led to the abrupt resignation of a top federal prosecutor in Tennessee. His departure prompted by concerns the case was being brought for political reasons.
Catherine.
Hey, what happened to you, bro?
They hit me with a rubber bullet.
They shot you in the head? You all right?
I got about 2 more videos I'm gonna show, but wasn't nothing peaceful about that, man. That right there was terrible. That was people throwing rocks and busting windows while people driving. My man said he got shot in the head with a rubber bullet. And you can see that coming if you feel like you being threatened. Of course, you're going to retaliate with whatever you have in your disposal. Like I said, at the end of the day, man, we all human. At the end of the day, I got a job to do. And at the end of the day, you feel like you protecting your community. Is it going to come to a head? But this type of violence is not needed, shouldn't be wanted, and I hope they get. I hope the governor out there will step up and do something instead of having the president activate your troops or troops from other states, the National Guard, to come in and get control of your state once again. This is crazy, man. And but no, I didn't see no peaceful protesting with that. Let's keep going, man. I think we got some in Minneapolis and another one probably in New York or New Jersey that was sent to me. And I just want to show y'all, man, this is happening all over the country. Like I said, I understand people's upset, but there's laws of the land here, man. Let's get into the last one, then I'm gonna come back and close it out. You putting these soldiers in harm's way, a police officer or whoever they are, I can't tell from their uniforms here, but they just got a job to do. Unfortunately, they have a job to do. And I'm sure that they don't want to be out there in that hot uniform, man, because that uniform look hot. You talking about the boot sneakers, the BDUs, all that gear on, that hat, man, that shit look hot. And being an ex-soldier, I've been dressed in that mess with the temperatures exceeding 90 to 100 degrees. Yes, they got some vents on them, but I didn't want to be in that uniform either during those particular days with the blazing heat. But let's check out one more video. I think this one was from Minnesota, and this particular person said that they got the information through Reddit to be in these protesters. So I think somebody's hiring these protesters, man, be honest with you, because the same playbook look like it's being played, man, with the bricks and the rocks and chairs and buggied and all this stuff is being placed in strategic place. Allegedly. Let me say allegedly, because people quick to get offended. Well, how you know? I don't know. I'm just saying it's the same playbook on all the protesters. So that's what's going on here. But let's check this one out.
I'm here. You could have stopped them.
How did you know this was happening?
Reddit.
Now, what I'm not seeing, I ain't seeing nobody being arrested. I ain't seeing, nobody in the little zip ties thrown in the back of a vehicle. So the police is showing great restraint and great patience during this time of protests across the country. Seem like I'm seeing things get thrown in front of the garbage cans, and some dude threw trash over the truck at the truck. It's a lot. There's no way I would want to be a police officer in this particular situation. I think some people out there just to cause chaos. I don't think they give a hoot about the overall protest. They just out there so they can just release steam or whatever they want to do. It's a sad situation in this country. Who knows when this thing gonna be over? I pray that nobody get killed or in doing this time, the soldiers, the police officers, all the people. I hope somehow this thing just die out. But ICE has a job to do. Homeland Security has a job to do. The military has a job to do. I understand people don't want their people to be ripped away from them because of the love, but it's the right and wrong way to go by doing stuff. And there's laws of the land. And we all got to abide by them, until you can put yourself in position to changing yourself. But with that said, man, I'm A.B. Yasharel. Unfortunately, this is a bad situation. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Until next time, peace.